going on, Instagram? What's going on, Free Weights and Freedom? It is Monday afternoon here in Omaha. I took the day off. Easter was yesterday. I had Friday off. It was a work holiday, so I did a little, forward thinking and thought, hey, I could take Monday off. I work from home Tuesdays, so I wouldn't have to be back in the office until Wednesday. So some smart thinking on my part, I think, but it's kind of nice. It's been a really good weekend. Spent some time with my family over the weekend. It was my mom's birthday yesterday. Today is Monday. It's Motivation Monday for Free Weights and Freedom. So what we try to do, actually driving to the gym right now, going to lift at Offutt. But it's Motivation Monday, so we like to, give some words of inspiration to kind of get you guys going for the week. And our theme for today was really about, not giving up at that first sign of trouble or defeat. You do something. It could be either, exercise. You missed a week, so you might as well just quit, or you missed a few days, so people just stop. Or eating healthy, they have like one bad day and they think it's over. They don't think they can get back on track, or even business-wise. You have a good idea, or maybe you try something and it didn't quite work, so you just kind of give up on that. So that was kind of our theme for today. And we just wanted to kind of show people like, hey, you have to really, in my opinion, I'm kind of in the opinion of guys like Gary Vee, who, there's some guys that say, you should work on your weaknesses and try to fix those. And I think there is some value to that. But I tend to fall in the camp of you should really double down on your strengths, on what you're good at, and give that like 100%. So find out what you're good at, find out what you love, and just double down on that and just go for it, you know what I mean? So, and what kind of got me thinking of that was I have a really good friend of mine that I've known for a long time, and we talk all the time, and he's really smart, really creative, has a lot of good ideas, funny guy, and extroverted, and he has a lot of good ideas, but he's having a problem now of like following through on that and like taking it to that next step where he executes. And he had a pretty good kind of an analogy. He was giving me an example the other day, and he was talking about when he was younger, and he'd be playing PlayStation, like any race car game, like I think he mentioned Gran Turismo, and you're driving along and you come to a turn or an obstacle, and he would, overcorrect hard to the left and then try to fix that by overcorrecting hard to the right. So, the whole time he just constantly overcorrecting and never really getting on track. And then he took it a step further where he said, he was never really good at it because he couldn't figure out the tracks, and he was always imagining like the hazards and the obstacles in the track, and he even putting obstacles that weren't on the track. He was just imagining these things. So he couldn't do it. He couldn't overcome these obstacles, and he was always trying to eliminate all the hazards and the risk before going forward. So I think that's actually pretty common. A lot of people, like in business, or they have ideas, you want to try to like eliminate every possible thing that can go wrong. So I kind of fired back at him, with my experience being in the military and the Army. Everything we did, even if it was just like, I'm going to eat lunch, you have to do a risk assessment, right? What are all the risks? What are the hazards that could possibly go wrong with that operation? So, so I took it to where, for example, back in 2005, 2006, when I was in Iraq, we were doing these combat logistic patrols. So we're like, Fallujah, Ramadi, we're driving, delivering all these goods and services or whatever. So obviously there was risk involved. So, what will you do? You do a risk assessment. So you're thinking about all the possible, hazards. What's the enemy situation? What's the weather like? What are the road conditions? Are my soldiers qualified? Is the vehicle dispatched? Are they licensed? Are they trained? Do they have water? Do they have MREs? So on and so on. So you're thinking about everything, how you can kind of mitigate those risks, and then go forward from there. But what I told them is like, you're never going to fully eliminate every risk. There's always going to be risk no matter what. Obviously things go wrong. You don't know what the enemy's doing or what they're going to be doing 100% of the time. So what I told them is like, as a company or as an organization like the Army, if we took that approach like he was doing with trying to eliminate all risk, you'd be crippled. You know what I mean? The vehicle would never leave the motor pool. So what I told him is that, hey man, just double down on what you're good at. Try to be the best prepared you can be, but you're never going to truly eliminate it. But you're going to, don't cripple yourself to where you don't even try because you're imagining all these risks. There's going to be risks no matter what, you know what I mean? Nobody has the 100% perfect idea. And even myself growing up, I used to kind of take that approach where, whether it was like, as little as playing video games or sports, I actually used to take an approach in life as, I couldn't lose if I didn't play, right? So I protected myself, like, well, at least if I don't play, I can't lose, you know what I mean? And that was I hate myself for it. I have a lot of regrets from that, and over time, as I got older, I fixed that, and I really worked on it, and now, obviously, I don't take that approach anymore, but I used to have that, so, and that's why I told them, like, look, man, double down on what you're good at. You're talented. You have a lot of good people around you that support you. Execute your idea, man. Go for it instead of living in regret. You know what I mean? So that's the Monday motivation. The daily trip for the day, I'll post it on Facebook, is basically double down on what you're good at. Think about your idea and consistently do it and do it and do it until you have success, and you will. So I appreciate you guys listening. I got some back squats to do here at Offutt. I'm gonna hit the sauna. Heard some really good things about the sauna, listening to Joe Rogan, Dr. Rhonda Patrick. So something I'm trying to incorporate a couple times a week, little 20-minute session. Maybe it has some benefits, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But hey, I appreciate you guys listening. Like I said, I'll post it on Facebook too, and all that good stuff, and I'll hit you guys up here in a few days. Have a good Monday.